Welcome to Print is Back, the creative print-related podcast. I'm Jacques Michiels.
And I'm Andreas Weber.
We are your hosts. Welcome.
So I'm happy to introduce Zoe Truchy and my partner Andreas Weber, of course. Good day to you both.
And welcome, Zoe. So nice to see and to talk to you. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, thank you. The sun is shining here in Vienna and I'm delighted to be with you both today.
So you are in Vienna, and that leads us to the point that you work for Mondi, the division Mondi Uncoated Fine Paper, which is headquartered in Vienna, right? But originally you are not from Vienna, I think.
That's absolutely right. I was born in Manchester and I moved then to France and then over to Vienna now 6.5 years ago when I joined Mondi.
Wow, that sounds great. And I think all of us are print lovers and all of us are also paper lovers. How could that relate?
Well, I was born into paper and print. My father worked in the paper industry in the UK more or less all his career. So I was brought up, I learned to write and I learned to draw on swatch books from our competitors, or my current competitors, and really spent a long time learning to love paper, loved to read, and spent a long time in books as a child. So my initial contact to the medium came from there. And then I really grew into this profession. I spent a long time, different professions, very much related to marketing, but all around books, printing, paper, luxury packaging also, champagne labels, and then over to Mondi very recently.
Wow, that sounds cool. And what people have to know is that your job title is the title of a brand manager. But the interesting thing is you are not responsible for managing the brand for the Mondi group. Your job is much more down to earth. You are responsible for a certain business on a premium level. But I think you have to explain a little bit what is your role and do you like it, yes or no?
I'll explain my role and you'll hear straight away how much I love it. My role is I'm ProGrafika brand manager. So ProGrafika is the premium design paper range that's manufactured by Mondi Group. It's manufactured in Neusiedler, so very close to our Austrian headquarters. And I see my vocation and my mission as accompanying ProGrafika from the creation, so from the concept, right across every step to the creative projects for which it's used, be those premium publishing, luxury packaging, or corporate and creative design. So I get the wonderful role of carrying the paper, accompanying the paper from the paper mill out to the different customers, users, and this brings me absolute joy to see a blank sheet of paper go all around the world for so many different uses. It's a really wonderful, really enjoyable job. I see this profession is very much at the crossroads between engineering and creativity, or engineering art. On the one hand, in the paper mill, and you see it beautifully in Neusiedler, you see the diversity of paper qualities which are produced there. As a brand or a product manager, you can see this very much in the family of products which you take care of. So you can have so many shades is an obvious distinction, but also the surfaces, also the format. So they need different needs of different printing technologies. And where I really see a strong differentiation is when you're looking at premium design papers. There are nuances of difference, but they are really critical when it comes to producing really premium print projects. They are what makes a difference in print quality, in allowing for use on different print technologies, and most of all, in allowing for different finishing techniques. So it's what makes a difference between, a basic car and a really fast, efficient, high technology car where you can do the same, you can travel in both, but the technology makes a difference in the end. So you will find on a premium paper product that you can then have embossing or debossing. You can foil on it. There are so many different additional possibilities. And that's what we do also. We celebrate the full spectrum of possibilities on really premium papers.
Same as Zoe, I've got a big love for books, obviously. And that brings me to the fact, because we were lucky you sent us the spectrum of impressions, the print book. It's fantastically well executed with beautiful samples in it, and because that's what it's for, and how it looks, if you would use it to, and certainly that you could feel it, that you could touch it, the tactile experience with it. Tell me, Zoe, of those 6,000, who is receiving that in the market?
So we wanted to help print buyers and print decision makers across the full value chain. And to do that, we looked into how best we could reach those audiences. And we decided that our analysis brought us to this conclusion. On the one hand, we needed to reach premium printers. And on the other hand, we also needed to reach the people who are specifying the kind of paper and the kind of printer finishing they want. And those are typically creative, so they're designers, they're brand owners, for example. And we wanted to create one book that reaches and speaks to both. So it resonates with the hearts and the hands and the minds of both groups of people.
So it's really a tool that is very important. And from my experience as well, and you're absolutely right, it was always a joy that you could grab something, because let's face it, there aren't many who do this anymore and who take this bold initiative, this investment also to produce it, And I think I have to applaud you for it, because going through it, it's really a marvel of possibilities. And that's why I read here a spectrum of impressions, the print book. The thing that I really wanted to ask you, Zoe, is what do you think? Do you get response already back from creative agencies or PSPs on this realization? What are the reactions?
Oh, they're fantastic. Yes, we had really overwhelming positive reactions right from the get-go of this campaign. It's been really a pleasure to be a part of the communication around this and hear the reactions from the market. We've had very, very different statements, but all extremely positive. We heard often that this campaign really allows users, be them the printers or the creators, to visualize and materialize the choices they have on the print buying journey. So it suddenly becomes demystified and much easier. Everybody's really happy with how easy it is as a tool. So not overwhelming, really breaks down step by step to show the key points and the key applications for premium printers.
Well, this brings me to my next question. I'm sorry, Andreas, I'm continuing because it's so interesting. But yeah, straight away in my mind, we were talking about this print book. The younger generation, I mean, I'm talking about 10 years ago, and let's say we were more involved into, let's say, the touch and the feel. Nowadays, well, everything is digital, the new customers are around the corner probably. They all have digital in mind, and you already referred a little bit to this. Okay, you can have a digital print, but also on screen, but that doesn't in any way compare to if you feel it, if you hold it in your hands. How is your experience with the fact that the customer side, your customers that is, customer side, PSPs and creative agencies, well, the younger people, how do they welcome to this tool?
Excellent question, really fascinating. We've had unbelievably good reactions also from the younger generation. Before we came out with the tool in the campaign, I did a test run in training. I spoke at a design school in France actually to present ProGrafika and mention this campaign was coming. And the younger generation who are training in design schools and in marketing schools and communication schools are very familiar with digital, the power of digital, but the power of print itself is something rather new to them. So it's something we've all seen before, but perhaps not been introduced, the different mechanisms, the different levers you can pull in creating a project which has the permanence and the tactility of print. And they were all wowed by this. It's something which is actually new to them on many levels. So they may have books, but perhaps not as many as I had at home as a child. But and it has this permanent character and this deeply emotional character. When you hold print, it resonates. It resonates with your fingertips. It resonates with your heart. And one thing that we managed to do in the book, to my mind, I hope you would agree, is that it really inspires you to touch it. So it's a hands-on experience. It inspires you to look, to touch, and then to come back again and again. There are so many details that when you open a book, or be it our book or another beautiful print book, the details bring you back time and time again. And this interaction and engagement with print is something very rare, and it's pretty much diametrically opposed to something like TikTok, where it's the screen and you swipe and it's gone in a matter of seconds. It's fleeting, and it's something about print which stays with you. And this is what we're celebrating with ProGrafika, with premium papers, and with something so beautiful as this book. Print projects that are around, those books, those things that people have at home, tend to be keepsakes now. So we are seeing a premiumization. There may be fewer printed objects around, but they're becoming more and more beautiful. And those are the ones that people want to keep, which leads us back very nicely to the fact that you mentioned we have done a print run of 6,000 pieces. Yeah. We're not aiming to overwhelm the market with this. We wanted these to go to the right hands, the right people. It's about quality rather than quantity.
Yeah. If I'm allowed to say that, but what I love in learning from your approach and behind the campaign is that you solved a misunderstanding, because I think a lot in the printing industry, most of the people think the job of a printer is to display content on a substrate. And what I've learned from your campaign is that it's really important to create optimal conditions, let's say, for effective, impactful, sustainable, appropriate content creation. You know, we go now back to the way we deal with print, which I learned in my very early phase when I started 50 years ago, because it was all about content. It was not all about having an efficient process, be able to create a high number of printed pieces in a very cheap way. Yeah, because I think this was leading into the wrong direction. And when I understand you right, and this is also my experience, is when we address the younger generation in the right way, they understand immediately that it's all about content creation, that it's all about what do I have to do to enhance the advantages of advanced print technologies and so on. Yeah. So less is more, and it's not about creating high volumes. It's about creating something which will not be trashed immediately. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's the sustainability that you have a printed piece with a long lifetime.
Absolutely. We work with an amazing designer, a paper designer, a specifier also in the UK called Laura Jane Boast, and her approach is extremely mindful. It's really about approaching this from what do we want to say, how do we want to say it, and how do we want to grab attention. And this is the way we worked in this campaign. We have tried to bring together elements to surprise and to really incite the reader to discover what's inside. And this works on many levels. We have, for example, a lot of layering in there. So you see the spaces and negative spaces, so where you can discover what's on the following page through a die cut to really grab your attention and make you want to open and find out more, to make you want to look at special foils in the light again, to spend that extra time on the page. And I'm not sure if you've read, there's a lot of psychological analysis around the use of special finishing. And they've calculated the rates of purchase in some retail outlets, for example. And it's been calculated that for every extra half second that somebody spends interacting with a packaging project or a book or a special finishing or a visual, that the chances of purchase are 100% higher. And so it's all about also how you grab attention, how you make people look back again, and the total time they spend looking at an object, and this influences very much their engagement with it. So yes, we try to make sure people engage with the tool, that they are visually and emotionally connected to it also. This extra tactile engagement with books and with print really encourages people to feel more bonded with the object itself, with the content itself, and to reinforce the message behind it.
Well, then I have one question. how can people get their hands on it?
So this, we're very close to our distributors on the market, and we wanted to make sure that these books reach the premium printers and reach the creatives through the people who are local, closest, speaking the language. And so the very best way to get your hands on a copy of the print book is to reach out to your local ProGrafika distributor. We have a list on our website, so they're easy to find. We're really well represented now across the world. Very easy to find someone who can share a copy, and in the worst case scenario, you can reach out to me to find it.
Yeah, when I got my copy, straight away a metaphor came to mind, and it's basically the metaphor of the fast food versus the fine dining, where online is fast food and a sub-second experience, right, and a fleeting experience. While if I see this type of product and yeah, you get that emotional or luxury lasting impression. And for me, it's a physical product that with a lasting impact, which is in my mind very very important for a luxury product. So yeah, that's my take on this.
What I've learned is that we can maximize the communication effectiveness in the era of the information overload, and I think that's important. It's not about differentiate; it's about delivering creative content via creative print in a sustainable way and very full of effectiveness, because that's important. It's not about efficiency in communication. Efficiency is related to production, but never to communication. Effectiveness is related to communication. And thank you, Zoe, because you and your team and your colleagues and all your supporters are helping us in the best way to proceed. We should come to an end for now, but I hope we can continue, because we discovered a lot of topics to talk about.
I enjoyed it very much. A lot we could say, a lot more we could say. Just to finish on a really positive note, I think Nesbitt said that the printed page is the most powerful means of communication, and we're here to celebrate that. I look forward to the next time to talk in more detail.
So, on that bombshell, Zoe, thank you so much for joining us. I hope we'll have the opportunity to talk some more, and maybe to talk about some real life products that have been produced with these beautiful papers. So for now, thank you very much, guys. Zoe, until we meet again. Andreas, probably see you tomorrow. And for all the rest of you, thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.